Good day, farmers. This is Success in Farming TV. Today, I would like to quickly discuss with you 7 vital reasons why some pig farmers fail. 7 vital reasons why some pig farmers fail. Number 1, or before I get to number 1, let me just give you this introduction. Some pig farmers are smiling to the bank every day, while some are packing up every day. And that is a fact. So you need to know what to do to avoid, so that you don't regret going into pig farming. A lot of people are in the business, but I can tell you that they are not finding it easy. And what is lacking is just a basic understanding of what it takes to succeed in the business of pig farming. So I'd like to quickly share with you 7 vital reasons why some pig farmers fail. Some are actually doing very fine in pig farming. But I can tell you, it's better for some people to actually put their money in the bank so that they can yield interest on savings than investing in pig farming, because they are not finding it easy. So the first reason why some pig farmers are failing is 1, absenteeism. Absenteeism. Some pig farmers think they can do the business at a distance and come and sell pigs to make money. It doesn't work like that in a typical Nigerian environment. A lot of farmers are losing money because of this. You can't just afford to stay away from that farm. If you want to make money in pig farming, you have to be on ground at least 70% of the time. You just discover that the attendant you employ to be there, and you don't come there, maybe you come there once in 2 months, or once in 3 months, or even once in a month. The attendant is actually using your feed to also run his own farm somewhere down the line. I remember my experience in Okiaro pig farm. See a lot of farmers complaining bitterly because the attendants they put there are actually causing corners. So you just have to be there. You have to be there. You have to be there. If you're not there by physical presence, you have to be there by proxy. But pig farming in Nigeria, I don't think we have gotten to that stage. In poultry farming, yes, some people are using CCTV to monitor their farm, even when they are abroad. But in Nigeria, it's difficult in pig farming for now, because most of the pig farmers you have in Nigeria, they are actually aggregated in a particular zone where they will farm together. So absenteeism is a no-no if you want to make it in pig farming. In Nigeria today, you have to be there. The reason why some are not making money or they are failing in pig farming business because some are biting more than they can chew. That's right. They are actually biting more than they can chew. I interacted with some pig farmers during my practice who lost a lot of money because they had pigs that they cannot afford to feed very well. In farming, it is always better to start small and grow big than to start big and end up with no farm and debts. So you don't bite more than you can chew at point in time. Farming requires starting capital and working capital. And if you have the starting capital and you don't have the working capital, you are going to pack up along the way. So you need to do it, little by little. You have 1 million to invest in pig farming. Why don't you just use about 30% to start it, and then 70% as a running capital, working capital for it? Because you need to feed the pigs. Without feeding, they can't give you what you want. And it is garbage in, garbage out. So some farmers are not doing fine in pig farming business because they are actually biting more than they can chew. I have a lot of this experience when I was practicing. I see a lot of farmers who are groaning about feeding their pigs. They will now go because they feed their pigs and eat anything. They go and get all manner of rubbish. And they think that that pig will give them what they want. But you can feed the pigs rubbish, but the pig will give you back rubbish at the end of the day because it is garbage in and garbage out. Number 3, the reason why some pig farmers are not making it or why they are packing up is because of lack of adequate source of water. If you're familiar with pig farming, you will know that it is foolishness to embark on it without adequate source of water. In fact, I always tell farmers in my seminars, no water, no pig farming. Pigs don't sweat. They don't have sweat glands. So most of the time they are affected by heat and they need to cool down by wallowing in the mud. That's why people think that pigs are actually dirty. You know that they are dirty to play. They need to survive. So you see them, they wallow in water, they wallow in mud because they need to keep themselves, cool from the heat that is bombarding them because there's no sweat gland that will have released those sweat away from them. So that heat is embedded in them and they need to cool down from time to time. So if you don't have water, adequate sort of water, don't just go into pig farming because you are going to run into a problem. You have all manner of heat stroke affecting the pig. The pig will not thrive. And then what is the essence of doing the business when you can't drive it into profit? Lack of adequate source of water is one of the reasons why some pig farmers are packing up every time. Number 4, not listening to expert advice. We have these know-it-all farmers. I have an experience with a farmer when I was practicing, the pig farming around Okearo in Lagos. There is farmer that wants to do everything. When you are trying to treat the pigs, he'll be looking at you and trying to see what you are trying to do so that he can, when you go, he will not need to call you again. But it doesn't work that way. Unfortunately for him, during the outbreak of the swine fever, he lost most of the pigs. He almost committed suicide. Some pig farmers turn themselves to vet doctors. They use all manner of drugs on their pigs. They think that having a qualified vet doctor to service them is too costly, not knowing that it is too costly to have expert advice. Too costly. Still, this business is not, rocket science. Let the experts handle their areas, and then you handle your own area. If you want to really make it well in any farming business, learn to partner with experts. That's period. Partner with them, and you go places. Not listening to expert advice is the reason why some pig farmers are packing up on a constant basis. Number 5, lack of discernment. This is very important. In any business you are doing, you need to be observant. You need to keep your ears to the ground. You need to know what is going on in the business environment, in the industry environment, so that you can act fast. The major problem of pig farmers in Nigeria is the plague of swine fever. As soon as some wise pig farmers sense this problem, they quickly dispose of their major stock, while others are foolishly wishing that they will be exempted and later become pitiful victims. When you hear that, something is happening that is not favorable, you need to begin to take action. Otherwise, you lose money. A lot of pig farmers pack up because of lack of discernment. They try to preserve those pigs. My pigs are big, and suddenly they just come back to their farm one day, those big pigs are not getting up. You kick them, they don't get up. You kill them, they don't get up because they are coming down. And from that, down to the grave. So you need to be very, very smart in any type of farming, especially in pig farming, where in Nigeria, ordinarily in most of the low countries, swine fever has been eradicated because when you have swine fever in any particular environment, farmers are supposed to vacate the area at least for 5 years, and government is supposed to compensate them. But in Nigeria, no, nobody wants to compensate anybody. So the farmers will have the problem. The problem they will go back to that place. And you have carriers all over the place causing a problem almost every 5 or 3 years. So you need to discern it and act quickly because you will lose a lot of money and you will pack up the farm. I know a farm that lost about 1,000 pigs because of swine fever. 1,000 adult pigs. Can you imagine that? That's a lot of money. Number 6, lack of sound management. Pig farming management is critical to success. High level of hygiene is needed with sound feeding regimen and specifically sound piglet survival strategy to succeed in pig farming. Look at this beautiful slide. High level of hygiene. Very important. Very important. I always tell people who are in livestock production that the secret of productivity in livestock production is biosecurity. The planning, the execution, the organization and the execution should be done with precision. You should make sure that your farm is very clean, sound, to preserve the life of the animals. Feeding regimen should be sound feeding regimen, because it is garbage in, garbage out. And of course, you know, the foundation of any farm is, in any pig farm, they are the piglets. The piglets survive. You have some farmers who have piglets, the pigs are farrowing about 12 piglets at the same time, and they are losing more than 80% of them. No, no. You do that, you can't survive in the business. You have to set up a sound piglet survival strategy to succeed in pig farming. You have to set up sound piglet survival strategies to succeed in pig farming. And of course, number 7, lack of sound marketing strategies. I always tell farmers that it's good to be production-oriented, but I like farmers to be marketing-oriented. If you have somebody who is marketing-oriented and is doing well in marketing, he may not even have to bother with production, and he will still be making money in farming. So don't just sit down with production. Learn to flow into marketing. Learn to shortcut the middlemen and go direct to the end users. Focus on marketing. I tell farmers it should be 60, how do I call it now? Focus more of the time in your farming business, 60% of the time you're focusing on marketing. That is on making it. I call it 60M, 30M, 10M. That is 60% of the time is focusing on how am I going to sell my products? How am I going to own the market? How am I going to possess the market? And then 30% of the time you are thinking of how to make it, that is production, and 10% on management. If you look at this ratio, very beautiful. I'm going to speak on that later, as we go down the line, the Success TV, Farming TV. I'm going to discuss on marketing in different areas. But lack of sound marketing strategy is one of the reasons why many farmers are packing up every time. These are the very powerful 7 reasons why some pig farmers fail. If you look at them, go over this video again and again, and try to avoid these areas of weaknesses. Honestly, you are going to smile to the bank all the time in pig farm business. I've watched over the years. These are the 7 vital areas you need to take care of. You take care of these vital areas, you're going to succeed in the business of pig farming. My name is Dr. Joseph Deji-Folutile, Success in Farming TV. I'd like to like the video, share the video, and come back again, subscribe it to it, and come back again and again to take knowledge from this channel. I can tell you, stay with me on this channel. I'm going to take you to the next level in farming business. Thank you very much.